According to Sky Germany, Arsenal are being heavily linked and have joined the race for Joshua Kimmich. Is this their new transfer agreement? According to reports as well, Nico Williams is heavily being linked to a move to the Premier League, and Arsenal and Chelsea could battle it out yet again for another transfer this summer window. If you're new to the channel, please make sure you go down, drop a like on the video. Big up to every single person who supports the channel. We just did 8,000 subscribers, and now we are steamrolling our way towards 9,000. So if you're new, please do go down and press that subscribe button. We'll start with Nico Williams because he's been linked to both Arsenal and Chelsea. Now, the report come out saying Nico Williams has strongly been linked with a move to the Premier League for a while now. According to Fabrizio Romano, the Gunners are one of the clubs who are interested in the Spain forward. Now, to me, looking from the outside in, I strongly despise both Arsenal and Chelsea, but it seems like every single forward on the planet is being linked to both Arsenal and Chelsea. More Arsenal than Chelsea at the moment, but it's absolutely insane how many players right now Arsenal are looking at or being linked with. Now, we'll move on. We'll come back to Arsenal in a minute because I do want to bring some news regarding a potential new transfer agreement. But we'll move to Chelsea quickly. And it says Chelsea ready to make huge bid for Nico Williams. And it says Nico Williams may say he's happy at Athletic Bilbao, but it seems that won't deter Chelsea in their pursuit. According to Gianluca Di Marzio, the Blues are ready to make a move for the forward after being snubbed from Michael Elise. Now, I honestly think overall, Elise joining Bayern Munich probably was the better move than joining Chelsea. And that's not me. That's not my Tottenham brain coming out. I just personally believe that overall, a move to Bayern Munich, when the fact that Gnabry, Sane, and Coman are being linked to a move away, it looks like Bayern Munich are starting to rebuild some of the squad. You know, they brought through Kane in the last year. He's done magnificent, but they still did finish somewhat quite a way off of the Bundesliga last year. Bayer Leverkusen had 90 points. Harry Kane's Bayern Munich finished third on 72. Elise probably can be part of that strong rebuild. Now, starting with Nico Williams, he does have a release clause of around 54 million euros, according to some reports. I do strongly believe that whoever he joins, whether it's Arsenal, whether it's Chelsea, whether it's going to be a top Premier League club, whoever gets him, you have got a superstar on your hands. He has got all the credentials to be a top player. Like, all jokes aside, whatever you think a winger needs, he has it. He's on 200,000 euros a week, which is a little bit steep. He can go on the left side. He can go on the right side. He was instrumental to Athletic Bilbao's Copa del Rey season last year. At Bilbao last year, he got 5 goals and 11 assists to 16 goal contributions in 31 games. In the Copa del Rey is where he made his big impact, where he got, I think, 8 assists last campaign. And they had a very, very good season and ended up winning it. Do I think he's going to go to Chelsea? Probably not. We'll come back to Nico Williams in a couple of minutes on the Chelsea side of things. Arsenal as well are being heavily linked to him. Now, if I look at Arsenal and I look at Chelsea, what they both don't really have, which is what Nico Williams will obviously be looking at, is he is predominantly a left winger. This season, he played 30 times on the left, 3 times on the right, and once on the left mid side of things. Now, on the right, both Chelsea and Arsenal have got a top player in Bukayo Saka and Cole Palmer. Now, on the left, Chelsea can play Mudryk, can play Nkunku, can play Jackson's played out on the left, but he'll probably be the number 9. Arsenal have got Leandro Trossard. Arsenal have also got Martinelli, and they've got Kai Havertz who can play up front, as well as Gabriel Jesus could probably play on the left, and Nketiah can play up front as well. When I look at that left-hand side, if I was Nico Williams, I probably would join Arsenal because you can offer Champions League football and they're in a title race. However, a move to Chelsea, you're more likely to get game time because Arsenal have already got Martinelli and Trossard, but it would be down to the coach's perspective, either Enzo Maresca or Mikel Arteta, in terms of what is his role going to be. If he's going to start, if Arsenal can guarantee him a start, then join him. I think Kai Havertz next season and the likes of Trossard will probably rotate in that false nine role, which then leaves on the left-hand side, you've got Martinelli and you've got potentially Nico Williams. I do also think, and I've said this a million times, they do need a strong backup for Bukayo Saka. Now, when I look at Arsenal this season, as well as Chelsea, it looks Chelsea are more being linked to players on the right as well as a number 9, whereas Arsenal are looking for a more versatile player who can play both on the left and on the right and even tuck in on the false 9. And when you look at Arteta's recent transfers in the last, 2 years, every single player has been versatile. Ben White can play right back and centre back. Kivior can play right back and left back. Tomiyasu can play right back and left back. The list goes on and on and on. Every single player that Arteta has brought through the door in the last 2 years can play a number of positions. With regards to Williams, I look at, can he play both on the left and the right? Yes. Is he better on the left? Yes. Do Chelsea need a left winger probably more than Arsenal do? Yes. Overall, though, I think he would pick Arsenal over Chelsea. Not only that, you've got Liverpool that are interested, Tottenham are interested, and Real Madrid have apparently had some interest. Now, Sky Sports Germany are coming out and they are saying that Arsenal are the latest club to be interested in Joshua Kimmich. Now, for me, you're talking about one of the best technical footballers in Europe. He genuinely is, for me, one of the best all-round players in Europe right now. 29 years of age, just turned 29. His salary is incredibly high, according to FBref, or FBref, sorry, not FBref. He's on €375,000 a week. Manchester City are continuing their pursuit, and they are strongly interested in him. But Arsenal are the latest club to be linked. Now, when you look at his stats, we are talking genuinely about one of the best fullbacks in the world right now. Now, you've already got Ben White, who had a fantastic season last year at Arsenal and has really cemented himself and told a lot of the haters to shut up, basically. Look at these numbers, and if you compare the numbers of Joshua Kimmich to fullback and midfielder, they are still absolutely ridiculous. Passes attempted for a fullback, top 1%. Shot creating actions, top 1%. Progressive passes, top 1%. Assists, top 10%. Expected assist goals, top 4%. Right, his defensive stats aren't the best, but he plays as an attacking fullback for Bayern Munich. Let's look at his midfield stats. Top 2% for pass completion. I think only Toni Kroos, off the top of my head, has a better all-round passing completion and attempted stats. We look at him against fullbacks. Who's he being linked to? Pascal, I don't know why he's been linked to Christian Eriksen. Rakitic, Alex Garcia at Girona, Pascal Gross, Toni Kroos is in there, Pedri. We are talking about an absolute gem. An absolute gem in Joshua Kimmich. For me, if he joins Arsenal, that leadership, we're talking about someone who's won 6 league titles, 3 DFB Pokals, a Champions League, probably will win the Euros this summer. Played 43 games last year, 28 in the league, 12 in the Champions League. He got overall 10 assists and 2 goals. Was very, very, very good against Arsenal, home and away in the Champions League. He plays that quarterback role. The stats are unbelievable. He's fantastic on the eye. He can play a number of positions, right mid, defensive mid, and right back. And I think we may be looking at Arsenal's new number 6. If you put him in that 6 role with Declan Rice in the 8 and Odegaard in the 10, for me, that is the best midfield in the Premier League. And this is the sort of signing that takes Arsenal from finishing runners-up to champions. Now, of course, Manchester City are heavily linked with Kimmich as well. I think what Bayern Munich have done with Kimmich is similar to what Pep Guardiola did at Bayern Munich with the likes of Philipp Lahm. And overall, I believe if he joins Bayern Munich, you'll probably be looking at a longer-term replacement for the likes of Kyle Walker, whereas Arsenal will probably have him in that DM role because they've got the likes of Ben White. Kimmich has won 8 league titles. I thought he won 6. But we're talking about a serial winner. I think he's got 1 year left on his contract. I could be wrong. 8 league titles, 3 German Cups, a Champions League, a Super Cup, 6 German Super Cups. The guy wins trophies galore. His contract expires June 30th, 2025. He's linked to a move to Al Hilal. He's linked to a move to Manchester City, and Arsenal are the latest team to be linked. He's got 89 appearances and 6 goals for the national side. According to transfermarket.co.uk, they value him at 50 million euros. Now, when you look at Arsenal's team, they played against the last game of the season against Everton. I look at that midfield with Thomas Partey, with Declan Rice, and with Odegaard. I think the likelihood is Thomas Partey will get a move away from Arsenal this window. And I personally believe you'll probably be looking at Thomas Partey maybe going back to Spain, going to Saudi. It's his last sort of chance to get that last kind of move in his locker and ready, to play throughout his remaining years of his career. Thomas Partey now has been a relatively good signing for Arsenal. Obviously, injuries have played their part, and I feel at times, he's 31. He's just turned 31. I don't think he's got the legs to get up and down anymore in the Premier League, and I think he's probably going to get one last payday. You look at the way Arsenal play. I look at that. If we bring up their lineup against Everton, the last game of the season, I don't necessarily think that, which was a 2-1 win. If you look at that midfield, they played a 4-3-3, but of course you got Partey in the 6. Rice kind of plays more as an advanced 8 in that team, and you've got Martin Odegaard as the number 10. I do think this team now, you have Kimmich as the 6, Rice will be the advanced 8, and Odegaard kind of is a deep line. Well, not a deep line player. His heat map, he's changing positions a lot because in some games he's like a box to box 8. Other games he's an out and out 10. And you look at that front three. Of course, Bukayo Saka didn't play. If you had a Nico Williams on the left hand side, Saka on the right, and Havertz on the left, with Kimmich in the 6, the defense practically does not need changing. Neither does the goalkeeper. I'm pretty sure that Arsenal will sign David Raya permanently in the next couple of weeks once the Euros is over. You look at that team, you add in some experience of Kimmich, you add in a player that's seen it, done it in the Champions League, in the Euros, in the World Cup, and now possibly could be on his way to North London. I think that is the move that wins Arsenal the league. Like, genuinely, if you put him in an Arsenal shirt, I think that wins the league. You've also got the likes of Manchester City. If they bring him in, Kyle Walker, he's 33, 34 now. You've got a long-term replacement there. Can also cover Rodri when Rodri's out. Can also play in an 8 role. He's so versatile. The likes of Arteta and Pep will be licking their lips if he comes available at a cut price of around 35, 40 million pounds. And for Bayern Munich, it's about rebuilding now. You got Pavlovic who can play that DM role. They'll probably sign a right back. You've just signed the likes of Elise. You got Harry Kane. For Bayern Munich now, it's about rebuilding under the likes of Company, and building and challenging Bayer Leverkusen next season, because for Bayern Munich, they have to go and win the league now. You can't if Xabi Alonso wins the league again, that is an even bigger kick in the teeth for Vincent Kompany at Bayern Munich. And it's a strange appointment, but at the same time, I do understand it because he does kind of fit the profile and the style of play that the new CEO and director of football of Bayern Munich want. So let me know your thoughts down below. Make sure you do smash that subscribe button. I will see you all in the next one. Thank you for watching. I am out.